It's the Road to World Cup 26 podcast, your deep dive into everything FIFA World Cup every single week. Part of the Global Sports Podcast Network.
We're into it. We're into the World Cup now. We are
It's a cat's
4 days
tail.
in. Yeah, the cat's tail. Cat ran across my camera just at the right time. Everybody's played in Group A, Group B, Group C, and Group D. E, F, G, H, and I, and J, and K, and L still to come. I hope it's going to get better, to be honest with you, because it's not been very good so far. My name's Nick Britten. I am your host, as always. Ken Davies joins me. Ken, we were very excited. This is our third podcast of the World Cup already. We were very excited the other day. Has your excitement diminished or has it grown?
Grown. And I know we were having this conversation before we came on air. And I was saying to you, I'm really enjoying this World Cup. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really getting into it. I'm really enjoying the games. I thought every game's had an interesting twist to it. I'm thoroughly enjoying it so far. And I was expecting you to say, yeah, isn't it been great? Yeah, I've thoroughly loved this. And I'm just picking up from your tone. That's not necessarily the case.
No, I think it's been pretty poor so far, if I'm honest with you. The only team to have remotely excited me, are the USA. Morocco managed it for about 25 minutes.
Morocco were great.
They were great for
half an hour.
Yeah, for the opening 25 minutes, they were terrific. And
amazing.
I think they'll be very disappointed not to have beaten an absolutely wretched Brazil side. I'm having to rewrite already my entire predictions for this tournament. Not only because Brazil look dreadful, but Australia beat Turkey, which I thought was a great surprise.
Yeah, it was a massive surprise.
Group D, well, I had US to win Group D, and they are top of Group D, but they were great. They're the one team so far that stood out for me.
I mean, USA were very, very, very impressive.
Yeah.
I thought Switzerland looked good. I know Switzerland were very wasteful, and we'll go through each of the games, I guess. Yeah. I thought Switzerland were very, very wasteful, but actually their build-up play, I thought Switzerland must have had 16 shots on target, and they were on off target. They were impressive. I thought Switzerland. I mean, they weren't playing the greatest in the world. They're playing Qatar,
all of which is fine. But this is the World Cup, and I'm expecting more. You know, they had 26 attempts.
Yeah.
Goal, 7 of which were on target, and they scored once. And then in the 95th minute, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Muheim equalised for Qatar.
Yeah, which is a great header.
It was a great header, to be fair. But if you're Switzerland, these games, I mean, we're going to come to Scotland in a minute, because Scotland were dreadful, but they won. And that's all you got to do. These games are all about. I've given up already. To be honest, I've given up expecting any decent football this World Cup already. I think it's just going to be about dragging your way through games in 35-degree heat and seeing if you can win them.
Yeah, it's an interesting few points to make on that. Firstly, you know, me and you have seen a lot of World Cups, and one of the things that always stood out to me, and it hasn't so much this time, is the first round of games. We're so dull, we're so cagey, we mustn't lose. And that's what it's always like. I think these have been better than that. When I've been watching these games, I've been thinking, actually, both of these teams want to win. And I thought psychologically that's a different place. You know, I think they want to win their first game, most of these teams. Whereas in the past, when I've watched a lot of World Cups, the first games are often about, we must not lose this. And
without a doubt, yes. Without a doubt.
And I just think it's been better from that perspective. I think there's been more attacking intent from both teams. Both teams, on every game I've watched so far, look like, with a couple of exceptions maybe, look like they actually want to go and win the game. And honestly, I've really enjoyed them. Now, also to add to that, the games have definitely slowed down in the second half. Also, I really don't like, and understand the need for it, but I don't like the drinks breaks. I think they really break things up. And I think often you get, 20 minutes, teams are getting into it. They're starting to loosen up a bit. Chances are happening, things like that. And then when everything stops, at 22.5 minutes or whatever. And it just takes all it just deflates the whole thing again. It's like kicking off again. And I'm really not keen on that. And I think it really is hampering the game.
I would agree with that. It does kill the momentum, although in reality, we've seen it creeping into the game in the last year, haven't we, or two, of when teams decide they need a water break or a tactical timeout, the goalkeeper just goes down injured with a fake, pretending, oh, my knee hurts.
Yeah.
Get the trainer on, everybody goes off and gets a tactical briefing and a drink of water or whatever else they're drinking. So, yeah, but I know what you mean. It does disrupt the momentum of the games.
It does, definitely. But that said, overall, I'm giving it so far an 8 out of 10.
All right.
What are you giving it?
5.5, I suppose.
I
need a bit more.
We've been working on this for a year. And you're like, is this what it was all for?
Yeah, I think I've just overhyped myself. I was just getting so excited because I've been doing this podcast for a year and I was just like so looking forward to it. To be fair, Mexico were pretty good in the opening game, but I think my disappointment stems from the fact that I was really, really expecting a good game between Brazil and Morocco. And it was, other than the first 20 minutes or so, where Morocco was sensational.
Fabulous.
They were brilliant. But the entirety of the second half was exactly what you've described, which was they've just thought, right, we'll both accept a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, there was a bit of that.
Because we're probably going to go and beat Scotland and Haiti. And I've seen walking football games which are more entertaining than that second 45 minutes. Brazil, they need to have a very long, hard look at themselves, or they're going out in the round of 32. Anybody could beat Brazil the way they played last night. They were absolutely appalling. And it was only Vinicius Jr. He was the only player of their team who came out with any credit whatsoever.
Great goal.
What a goal. And actually, what a performance from him. Generally, his overall performance was brilliant. The rest of them, I mean, you could see from Ancelotti making the subs he did. 4 substitutions by, 55 minutes?
Yeah.
2 at half time.
Things were very flat, weren't they?
When that midfielder, Casemiro and Bruno Guimaraes, was dreadful.
Yeah, it was. Well, Casemiro is just not. I think he always struggles, doesn't he? And he's not the fittest lad in the world. Let's be honest. And I think in that heat and in that intensity, he's gonna come a cropper, isn't he? People are going to just run past him.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is his last World Cup, and he's had a very good season at Manchester United. He's had a bit of a renaissance, and everybody thought his time was over a year or two ago. He's come back, but if I'm Ancelotti, I'm going, well, that's the last I see of him.
Yeah.
Frankly,
Yeah.
Off you go, mate.
He has the habit, hasn't he, Casemiro, of when he's not really on it, he looks terrible.
Yeah,
He's not just ordinary. He's like terrible.
yeah. No, I know what
like
you mean. I know what you mean. I'll be surprised if he starts the next game or two.
So, a couple of questions for you, mate. Have we seen the World Cup winner so far play?
No, absolutely not.
You don't think any of the teams that played so far are
No,
going to win?
no. Look, only the USA.
Which unfortunate for me because I had Brazil tipped us to win it.
You did. I had Brazil to get through the final. I'm just chucking that out straight away now. I can't believe how bad they were. I was so surprised. They looked disjointed. They looked like they'd never played with each other before. And that's not what I expect from a Carlo Ancelotti team at all.
No. It'd be interesting to reassess, I think, at the end of the group stages exactly what our predictions will be when we've got around 32. Because we're learning a lot about these teams, aren't we? Australia were decent.
They were, a young team. They were really good against Turkey. They were really good. They surprised me. And,
maybe we've been sleeping a bit on Australia. Just running through the games, by the way. Canada, since we spoke, Canada 1-1 against Bosnia. I mean, Bosnia took the lead. Canada had to claw it back. It was a real who's who of Canada, wasn't it, in the stadium? I don't know if you saw that. Ryan Reynolds, my old friend, was there.
Your old friend.
My old friend was there, yeah. They're all there. Katy Perry was there with Justin Trudeau. Everybody was there. USA.
She opened the show, didn't she? Katy Perry.
Well, I think her and Justin Trudeau are a thing, aren't they?
They are, but did she not do the because each opening nation, Mexico, America, and Canada, had its own opening ceremony. So we've had three opening ceremonies for this World Cup, and Katy Perry, I think, sung at the Canada one, or was it the American? It might have been the American one too.
It might be the American one, actually.
I didn't take any notice of it, to be honest with you. So on you go.
So USA beats Paraguay 4-1. Whilst USA, I think, were very impressive. Very attack-minded. Very disappointed with Paraguay. I was expecting slightly better from them. They're only ranked 41 in the world, but I was still expecting a little bit of better show from Paraguay, who just didn't turn up.
For the host nation, do you know what? This is the best thing about any World Cup ever in the history of the World Cup is for an opening nation to be 3-0 up at home in
Yeah.
their first game.
Yeah.
That's brilliant because, as you know, and we've talked about this before, I'm a great believer in host nations having good World Cups for the momentum of the competition. I think it's important that host nations do well.
And I
And
think
USA were terrific. They will ignite they will ignite the nation with a performance, the first half performance like that.
well, it is nice. And of course, there's a lot been going on in the basketball world, hasn't there, in New York with New York Knicks, and that seems to be dominating headlines in the States. But that might have just caught fire now. Any of these teams that have won, by the way, are getting through to the next round, pretty much. I think.
Yeah, Scotland are through already
Scotland will be through, yeah.
because they've won and the other two have drawn. So
Yeah.
I would say Scotland are through, having won one. They can lose the next two games and they'll still go through in third place, I'd imagine.
I think it's very likely. So Australia look very strong. Scotland, Scotland were okay without being world beaters. Haiti were pretty dreadful. Had a couple of chances, mind.
Well, I don't know.
Deflected
To be
goal.
honest, I disagree with you. I disagree with you. I thought it was a very even game, and Scotland can go back to the hotel, look at themselves in the mirror, and go, "That was rubbish," but we've won, and that's ultimately what it's all about.
That
But
is
there's
what
no
it's
way
about.
we're going to be winning any more games playing like that. I mean, look at the stats. Haiti had
Yeah.
more shots. They both had the same amount of shots on target, 3 each. Possession was 50% each. Haiti moved the ball better, had more pass accuracy, had more possession. I thought they were good for a draw, if I'm honest with you.
Dodged a bullet.
If that
there,
finished,
Scotland.
if that finished 1-1, nobody would have argued.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. I can't see Brazil turning up like that again, either against Haiti
No,
or Scotland.
no, you
And,
wouldn't have thought so.
and Morocco looked actually when they were playing well in that first 30 minutes. I thought these are the world champions.
They
First,
look, they,
25 minutes, I
yeah,
thought
they look really good, didn't
they're
they?
amazing.
They moved the ball. They played with massive intensity. I wonder if Brazil were just a bit shocked at their really dynamic attacking approach.
They
Maybe I
really
think
went at him, didn't they?
because they defensively, Brazil looked all over the place.
Oh,
What a goal, by the way!
what a goal! What a pass!
Fantastic. Well, yeah. So the pass from Brahim Diaz, which took out both of the centre defence for Brazil, so Marquinhos and Gabriel. Gabriel seemed to be very occupied with what was going on his left hand side.
Yes, he did.
I think he was expecting the ball to go out to his left down the Morocco right. It didn't. It went straight through the middle.
And there was a big gap there, wasn't it? It was a chasm.
Yeah, big gap, and I think his body position, because it looked like even when the ball was played, it looked like Gabriel Williams just cut that out. But it seemed to sort of banana bend round him, and his body position was all wrong.
Fantastic pass. And the
And,
pace of
and
the
what a
ball.
finish.
The pace
Yeah,
of the ball,
yeah.
which literally just stopping, wasn't it? Just as he lifted it over the keeper. Absolutely
Yeah, and a lovely finish as
beautiful.
well. So well done.
Great finish.
And then a sensational goal from Vinicius Junior as well.
Yeah.
Totally out of the blue.
Yeah.
Completely against
all
the
his
right
own
play.
making, really, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. A great out wide, cut inside, bullet of a shot into the far corner. What a goal! So two terrific goals, and that was it. That was it for the entire game. That's all there is to talk about in the entire game.
Fantastic. So if we haven't seen the eventual winners so far, USA though perhaps, Australia maybe, Scotland even,
No,
none of these teams are.
I'm struggling. I'm struggling to see any of these teams.
Who's
at
been the
moment.
most disappointing team you've seen?
Oh, Brazil by a mile.
Right.
By a mile, and it may just be because I've built up. I think maybe because you and I, our generation, just get excited about seeing Brazil. I think probably the younger generation look at Brazil and go, they're not bothered. But I still get an excitement when I see
So do I.
the gold shirts and the blue shorts
So
that
do
come
I.
out of the tunnel, and
So do I.
you just expect, because we're just still rooted in the 1970s
Yeah.
and early 80s when Brazil were just magnificent. And so I think maybe my expectation bar is high. But when you look at their forward line, they should still be better. Igor Thiago, we won't see him again.
Now,
Starting
Thiago's
from-
disappointing,
He was
wasn't he?
dreadful. He had a really poor. He only had two things to do. One was head a ball into a net, and he missed it completely. And the second one where there was a nice little move, and the ball went up to him, and there was linking play available. It just bounced off his shin like he's a Sunday League player.
Yeah.
He got hooked. I don't think he won't start the next game. Well, say that he might do, but he had a poor game.
It's
Paquetá, we didn't really see much of. It was
they've
really
got
only
some talent up there, though, haven't they? I just don't. I just think it's a very small sample size. This I can't see him turning up like this again in game two. I think they just needed to wash this out of their system, realise they're in a competition. They're often slow starters, you know, Brazil.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. And Rafinha, to be fair, who was absolutely anonymous in the first half, was much better in the second half.
Yeah.
Much better. So, and we know what
Brazil
he
were
can
better
do.
in the second half. I know it wasn't great, but they were so rusty in the first
Well,
half an hour.
better in the second half is damning with faint praise
Yeah.
because just by walking out onto the pitch after half time, they would be better than they were in the first half.
Oh, this is great. I love it. I love it. Love it. So there you go. So they've been the first few games. By the way, did you see the interesting crime story coming out of the United States in relation to England?
Oh yeah, they had their kit nicked, didn't
They had all the kit nicked, and this is some of the kit nicked in a traffic kind of. They weren't held up at gunpoint or anything like that. But one of the two things that, it's a few interesting things come out of that if you've actually seen the list of things that were nicked, because it gives the value associated with each of these things. Sadly, one of the things, or two of the things which were taken were two stuffed lions were taken.
better than better than two real lions.
Well, yeah, I suppose. World Cup ball, how much you reckon that's valued at in dollars?
Well, the way the World Cup's going, about $3.
Three
Depends. If
$3.
well, it's $3 on eBay, but $25 million on the FIFA website.
It's $214 a World Cup
Is
ball.
it? Okay, fair enough.
How much you reckon a set of goalkeeping gloves are?
Whose gloves are they?
I don't know. Someone from the England squad. I don't think they've got their name on them.
Well, they're goalie gloves. I don't know.
Exactly.
20 quid.
$160.
Okay.
Do you reckon they're inflating their insurance claim here a little bit? Yeah. Oh yeah, and we had a priceless diamond ring. Yeah, and two signed jerseys. How much you reckon they're worth?
Well, they'll be worth a lot more when England win the World Cup.
They will, but they haven't so far. So what they're worth today?
$200.
$5,000 each. This is an insurance fix, isn't it?
$5,000 each.
Yeah, I don't think so. So
it might be in a few weeks' time when they've won it, but not.
Yeah, Mustafa Salek and Eryan Kamal have been charged with theft from a vehicle.
Yes, the source two people have been nabbed.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated, obviously, as that case. We'll do a podcast on the case, probably.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I can't move on. Sorry, I can't move on from the Brazil-Morocco game.
You've got to.
Until I have a very special mention for Ayoub Bouadi, the 18-year-old teenager who played in Morocco's midfield, who I thought was by far the man of the match, and I thought he was sensational. Sensational. I thought he was brilliant. And you look at the kind of the way he gave Guimaraes and Casemiro the runaround.
Yeah.
You just looked at it and go, yeah, it's the changing of the guard here. Youth will out.
Do we know who he plays for?
He was sensational.
I want him to play for Wrexham next season. I know that.
He's not well. If Rynel, who's Rynel Reynolds?
His brother.
Yeah, he's Wrexham's new owner.
We could do with him.
Well, he's meant to be going to Arsenal. That's all I'll say.
All right, fair enough. Forget that then.
He might not be.
He's probably not going to Wrexham.
Yeah, he plays with Lille in France at the moment in League One. The interesting thing about him was
seen him play then, because I saw Lille play last year.
Right. Well, he may not have been playing. He's valued at £60 million. So 80 million.
He's probably his value just gone up a bit.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I think the key here, the interesting thing about it was up until last month, he was playing for France. So he had gone through the entire French youth system. He'd captained the under-21 French team at the age of like 17, 18. And then a month ago, he decided to switch allegiances and play for Morocco in the World Cup.
Moroccan. Yeah.
Good story, that, isn't it?
It's a great story. I'm in Morocco tomorrow.
Well, you won't see him because he's in America.
No, I know, but I think Morocco is going to be absolutely buzzing.
Mm.
And I'm really looking forward to watching some of the World Cup in Morocco. It's going to be great fun. And I really like him. I really like him. And this thing we thought about the new manager, it kind of falling over a little bit because they had this really very well.
That was the one thing that I thought might might do for them. Otherwise, I would have had Morocco in my sort of top. I
8.
probably would have had them as quarterfinalists.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think, but the whole manager situation and the whole AFCON situation, I thought might have derailed them. Nothing of the sort.
No,
Nothing of the sort.
They've played the best football I've seen for that first half an hour in the World Cup so far.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
No question. So we know what they're capable of, and they were playing Brazil. They weren't playing Haiti. They were playing Brazil. So it'd be interesting to see what turns up is it Scotland their next game? I think. I don't.
Well, Haiti might have given them a better game, to be honest.
Yeah,
I expect them to give them a tougher game.
So we've got.
I wonder, and we always said this, didn't we? So let's ask the question now. So when Walid Reguari resigned, totally out of the blue, after the whole AFCON fiasco, we said, when the World Cup kicks off, will he regret this? Let's ask ourselves, when the World Cup kicks off, will he regret his decision? And what do you think now? Morocco played the first game. They played very well. I mean, look, they played very well overall. It's just the second half was a total write-off. What do you reckon? Is he sitting at home going, "No, I made the wrong decision here"?
Well, I think Morocco are going all the way. I think Morocco are going all the way here. I mean, they might come across a Spain or or an Argentina, and they're just too much for them. But they look so far. I think when the first games are all over, I think we'll look at Morocco and say, that's one of the best four sides we've seen. So I think Morocco have got the opportunity.
Brave, bold claim.
No, I think so.
Bold claim, my friend.
I think
only one game, mate.
I know.
As much as I'm slagging off Brazil, and I am because they've ruined my Saturday night, I expect them to get a lot better. But now I'm looking at that. Now, but the thing is, I looked at their team and the way they played, and I'm thinking, maybe they're not going to get that much better.
No, I think Morocco reminded me of a team like Leicester City, where they were just attack for half an hour. You know what I mean? They're just
Leicester City just got relegated.
No, the Leicester City that won the Premier League. You know what I mean? They were just
10 years ago.
Yeah, they were just like super attack minded. They were they were a joy to watch for 30 minutes. Absolute joy. And teams like that, when they're obviously fearless, which was one of the things I got out of it. I just think because they've got a great defence. They've got a great defence in the sense that they hardly let any goals in either. So I just think they've got a fantastic track record since the last World Cup, really. And they are obviously very, very good. It's great to see a team like that emerge.
Did you see Scotland's goal, by the way?
Yes, I did.
It was the perfect goal to win that game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was horrible deflection.
Deflection.
Yeah. And his contact on the ball was dreadful, wasn't it? I mean, the whole thing was just a blancmange, really.
Yeah. It was the perfect goal to win that game. But you know what?
Bless him.
The Tartan Army are. I'm going to stick my net out here. The Tartan Army are the best fans in world football, and I know that South Americans will have something to say about that, and maybe rightly so. But I'm glad for Scotland. I'm glad for their fans, and they won't give a hoot that they were pretty stinking. They'll just look at it and go, "We've won the game and we're top of the group after one game."
No one cares.
Yeah.
No one cares. It's the best, obviously, the best result Scotland could possibly have because now they're going to go into every game feeling we could nick this.
Yeah,
and that's great. That's good.
Yeah.
And my two predictions I seem to remember from when we did my dark horses were Scotland and Morocco.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think you could. I don't think you call Morocco a dark horse. They're 8th in the world. They're ranked 8th in the world.
Yeah, but
that's not dark horse territory, is it?
Well, it is if they end up winning.
No, it isn't. If they end up winning it, yeah, fine. I'll give you that.
At the moment,
don't just because Scotland won last night, you can't look at me and think, "Oh, look at my dark horse."
Look at my predictions.
My prediction of Scotland will still be right. Well, they'll qualify and then they'll get knocked out straight away.
They probably will. That probably will happen to every team that finishes in third place.
No, I'm pleased. I'm really pleased they won.
But the interesting thing is now they get a draw out of one of these two games, not finishing third, they're finishing second. All they need to do is draw one of these games, and they're going to be second at least.
Yeah. No, indeed. Yeah, that's unheard of almost.
Yeah, indeed. So we've got 4 games coming up in the next 24 hours. I want your instant predictions. Germany against Curacao. This will be a good one.
To be honest, after everything's happened, my predictions are sitting at about 70%, I think, so
Right.
far.
Okay. Let's have these then. Germany,
I
Curacao.
started with, well, Germany.
You hate
Yes.
Germany, though. I don't mean just because they bombed your chippy. I mean,
No, I don't hate.
you don't rate
No,
them, do you?
no. Okay, yeah. Let's just take those two parts of that sentence. I hate Germany. No, I don't. I really like Germany. I like it as a country. I like the people. I like going there.
You know what I mean.
And I just don't think their football team is in a great place at the moment.
Are they going to beat Curacao then?
Yes,
Okay.
but it'll be 1-0 or
Oh God,
something.
imagine that.
I
Imagine
can't
that.
imagine it because given everything that's happened so far. No, I think they'll win probably two, maybe three. It's a good game for Germany. It's a very good game for Germany
Oh,
to
great
get
game from the start.
underway because they need to build momentum.
Unless they're 1-0 down after 80 minutes.
I would, well, yeah, I would like Germany to have a good World Cup because a bit like Italy, when we talked about Italy not qualifying, I think Germany are the sorts of teams that you want to see in the latter stages of World Cups.
And yeah, absolutely right. Netherlands
Netherlands,
against Japan.
that's what a good game. That's good.
This is
Well,
a
I said
cracker, isn't it?
that. What a good game Brazil Morocco was going to be before it wasn't. Um, this should be a good game. It should be a cracking game. Um,
People are talking about
I like
Netherlands
Japan.
being people are talking about
well,
Netherlands being a potential, surprise
yeah,
team.
you know what? So when I had that email from one of our listeners the other day, and he's talking about, well, you've not mentioned Netherlands or Morocco. Well, we've talked about Morocco now quite a lot since. I just think maybe Netherlands are flying under the radar because
I
they
think
just
they are a little
haven't.
bit.
Nobody's talking about them. Nobody's mentioning them as a team that's going to go far in the competition, let alone, win it. They've just gone. They're totally under the radar here.
Yeah.
So I'll watch them today. It's tonight UK time, isn't it? So it'll be 9 o'clock
9 o'clock
UK
tonight,
time.
UK.
I'll watch that game and form a view. I've already got a view of Japan, and my opinion of Japan is very high.
Yeah.
Mitoma and Minamino are big misses for them, big misses, and that might impact on their abilities here and their ability to go far in the competition. But I'm a big fan of Japan, so this should be a good game.
What are you going for prediction?
I'm going to go for a draw here.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong there. Here's an interesting game coming
You
up.
don't think
I'm
I'm wrong, or you do think I'm wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong. I would have had that down for a draw. I think the two teams extremely well balanced teams. They're very similar in terms of their technical ability.
Yeah.
Ivory Coast against Ecuador. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Well, I already know the result.
Do you?
Yeah, I already because the result has already been published. So
What? Hey, what?
we're okay.
What?
Well, I'm looking at it here on my timetable, and it says Ivory Coast 0, Ecuador 0. Or is that just because it kicks off midnight? I think that's just because it kicks off midnight in UK time.
Yeah.
Just 0-0.
That's zero. Yeah, that's 0-0-0-0. That's the time, mate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I might just go for 0-0.
Well, either that or Belgium have just beaten Egypt 20-0. Spain beat Cape Verde 17-0, which is probably accurate. Saudi Arabia 23, Uruguay 0.
Yeah, it's a bad result for Uruguay, isn't it?
We could go through the whole games like that. Austria 5, Jordan.
I'm looking forward to Iraq 23.
England beat Croatia 21-0 So
okay, I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that.
So Ivory Coast against Ecuador. This is a good big game.
I'm going to have to back myself because I've been fancying Ecuador all the way. So I'm going to go with it, and I'm going to go Ecuador for that one.
Yeah, I want Ecuador to win that. And here's an interesting one as well. Sweden, who don't really deserve to be in the World Cup, against Tunisia, who are not the greatest in the world. So where are you going there? Is Sweden one of these ones where they seem to have got a bit of a free hit and got in the World Cup like Denmark in the Euros, and they're going to go all the way?
No, is the answer to that. They won't. Okay. But they might just fancy having a go because, as you say, it's a free hit. They don't deserve to be here. They didn't win any of their qualifying games. And through some spurious Nations League UEFA shenanigans, here they are. And they're all right. They're not a bad side, Sweden. They've got some very good attacking talent if they're fit. And that's the key here. Tunisia, I mean, they're an average African nation. You kind of fancy Sweden to win it. I think narrowly. I think a narrow Sweden victory.
Yeah, I would say so. So Germany going to beat Curacao. Netherlands against Japan is going to be a draw. Ecuador are going to turn over Ivory Coast, and Sweden are going to beat Tunisia. So that's our predictions. And what has been a fantastic start to the World Cup, Nick, hasn't it?
No, it hasn't, but it can only get better. Look, I'm in a bad mood because there were two games that I was really looking forward to. Brazil, Morocco, Scotland, Haiti, and they were both stinking. They were both stinking games. They were rubbish. So I'm in a bad mood about it. It will get better, no doubt about it. It will get better, and as teams just get the natural momentum and get their natural flow, we will see some cracking. We've got some great games coming up. So no, I don't I'm not miserable about it. And well, I am. Let's face it, I am. Do you know what? Right? Do you know what, Ken? I'm going to put something to you here.
Yeah.
I'm going to put something to you here. So I was talking to some guys on Friday, and indeed having a conversation with my family yesterday about it. In the UK, so and this may or may not apply to you wherever you live in the world here, but in the UK, the games are generally very late at night or overnight.
Yeah.
So Scotland, Haiti kicked off at 2 a.m. UK time, and Australia against Turkey was like 5 a.m. UK time. So and a lot of, like Brazil, Morocco was 11, so don't finish till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So essentially, you're kind of waking up to, unless you're staying up and watching them, staying up all night and then having to go to work the next day, you're waking up to results.
Yeah.
And I find I find it very difficult to get into it. It's much better, and I'm being greedy here, obviously, but it's great. I think the World Cup's great when you're at work and there are games on during the day because everybody's talking about it, everybody's discussing it. And you get home and there's games at 5 p.m. and there's games at 8 p.m. and you can all everybody really gets into it. I think it's difficult.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're just being localist, though, aren't we? In the sense of
100%. No.
It's much better when they kick off at 3, so it's convenient for us. I get.
But when the World Cup rolls around, to Europe next time, the people elsewhere in Australia, America, all that will, I guess, be feeling the same thing. It's not. I'm not being localist. I'm just saying from a perspective from where we are, it's quite difficult.
Yeah, it does take a little bit off the edge of it, doesn't it, for us here? Because essentially, to be honest, you'd have to be fairly mental to sit up waiting for Scotland, Haiti. Did you do that? I didn't do that.
No, I recorded it and got up early this morning. I didn't know the result, and I watched it as live.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, I say as live. I actually fast forwarded the last 25 minutes because I was so bored.
But yeah, I mean, it does take the edge off it, I think. But it's just one of those things. It's a World Cup, and we just got to swallow that.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not. It's not a criticism. It's an observation.
Yeah. So that's good. No more red cards. That's a good thing.
Yeah. It was with us. It was always going to be, as we said. As I said in the podcast,
massive overreaction
Friday when we recorded. Yeah.
And
massive overreaction by you because you thought there was going to be red cards all over the place.
I thought.
I said there won't be any more.
144 world. Yeah, it'd be based on that.
6 aside.
There's 100 games. There's going to be 3 a game. That's going to be 300 red cards. Yeah. So now I'm glad that's settled down. My prediction of the next 24 hours is Curaçao are going to take the lead against Germany.
Great prediction. Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, I think it will.
I would love that. Well, look, because
you hate the Germans, don't you?
Oh, I just so don't. Listen, of the so-called whipping boys, Haiti have turned up and given a good account of themselves.
Yeah.
So they're the first of.
And Curaçao are a good little team. They really are.
They're the first of the 3 teams. You'd think them and Cape Verde, Curaçao, Cape Verde, and Haiti are the 3 what I call the whipping boys of the competition. But Haiti turned up and gave a good account of themselves. So I'm hoping that Curaçao will do the same, and I'm hoping that Cape Verde, when they turn up against Spain, will do the same as well.
So do I. And I think Curaçao have got a chance. Cape Verde have no chance against Spain, but Curaçao have got a chance against Germany because Germany are a bit all over the place. And certainly in the 2 games prior to the World Cup, the friendlies, Curaçao played very well. So I think they're going to be full of beans, and I think they're going to give them a torrid time, and I really hope they do. So anyway, on that bombshell, we should say goodbye to everybody, I think.
Okay, in that case, until we meet again, and you're off to Morocco tomorrow, aren't you? So am I on my own this week doing stuff?
No, I'll be around whenever you want. Actually, if you want to do a pod.
Okay. If you don't, I'm not letting you on unless you're wearing a fez.
Yes, easy. I'll sort of fez out.
I do say I've got one here.
No, I wouldn't. I don't walk around generally with a fez, but I'll get my hands on a fez when I'm in Morocco.
Good. I look forward to it. Which reminds me, last question. This is Kenny's quiz, actually. Last question. Who was a famous animated character from a very good children's TV series when we were growing up who always wore a fez?
Oh God, was that that was he a mouse or something? Was he
No.
Danger Mouse?
No, he worked in a retail establishment.
Oh, we're talking about Mr. Ben.
We are talking about Mr. Ben. He's the shopkeeper in Mr. Ben.
The shopkeeper and Mr. Ben, yeah. Shopkeeper and Mr. Ben, yeah.
Great program.
Well, all our worldwide listeners are like scratching their heads now, thinking, "What is he talking about?" But
they'll know Mr. Ben. Go and Google Mr. Ben. Great kids program.
Yeah. Honestly, 25 minutes of Mr. Ben is a lot better than some of the football we saw in the second half of Brazil against Morocco.
I totally agree. Right, folks, we'll be back very soon with more of this. Until then, look after yourselves, look after each other. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Adios.
It's the Road to World Cup 26 podcast, your deep dive into everything FIFA World Cup every single week. Part of the Global Sports Podcast Network.